Welcome into another edition of The Point After. I'm Jorge Andres. The dates are set, the location is set, and the Carolina Panthers are ready to throw on shells and a helmet and get to work as the team announced details of their training camp this week. Now, unlike other years, the Panthers will host training camp right here in Charlotte beginning Wednesday, July 24th. Camp will feature 14 practices open to the public and be held on the Panthers practice fields off of West 4th Street across from West Trade Street. The Panthers also announced their annual Fan Fest to be held at Clemson's Memorial Stadium on August 1st, with tickets going for just $5 all to benefit the Carolina Panthers charities. Additionally, the team will participate in a joint practice with the New York Jets on August 15th. Meanwhile, now that the Boston Celtics have won the NBA title, our Charlotte Hornets can finally welcome our new head coach. Yes, Coach Charles Lee, the top assistant on the Celtics bench, will be formally introduced as the team's head coach this coming Tuesday at 3 p.m. We will have the press conference live on our streaming channels and be live from the event as well. Lee brings 10 years of coaching experience as an NBA assistant. In addition to his title during his time in Boston, Coach Lee also served 5 seasons with the Milwaukee Bucks, ascending to associate head coach during the team's 2021 NBA championship. His connection, however, with Hornets Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations Jeff Peterson, that started in 2014 when they were both members of the Atlanta Hawks organization. To the ice now, where after taking a commanding lead, as we take a look at the Hornets one more time, again, head coach Charles Lee will be introduced on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Let's now put on some skates and go to the ice, where after taking a commanding 3-0 series lead, the Florida Panthers have officially opened the door back up for the Oilers and made this a legitimate series. Come on, man. The team dropped their second consecutive game to Edmonton in Game 5, and now the Stanley Cup Finals are set at 3-2 with Game 6 tonight at 8 p.m. in Edmonton. Now, let's not forget, the Panthers are the NHL team to our Charlotte Checkers and signed 6 Checkers players to assist during this postseason run. Holes defensively and an occasional shaky hand by goaltender Sergei Bobrovsky has given the Oilers brand new life. Couple that with the resurgence of Connor McDavid, and if this series gets tied up tonight, it will be anyone's game come Game 7 in Sunrise, Florida. I mean, come on, Panthers, what are you doing? Play with some heart. Play for the guy next to you and bring our 6 Checkers players home with some rings. The Cats have never won the Stanley Cup Final. Before this series, they were 8-1 in Stanley Cup games to begin with, getting swept one time. But now you have the chance to sweep a team, and you let them get back in? Come on, man. You're the faster team with the better netminder. You are the better team. Play like it. Do not become the 5th team in NHL history to blow a 3-0 lead and lose the Stanley Cup. Do not do that. Puck drops tonight at 8 p.m. from Rogers Place. Hard still to come, Copa America is underway, and it all gets started with a win from the Albiceleste. We break down Argentina's 2-0 victory and preview this weekend's games with Charlotte FC's Jaime Moreno coming up next.
The weather, it's always changing, and it affects us all every day.
From sunny to severe and anything in between.
We've issued a First Alert Weather Day this Friday. We are expecting heavy downpours.
Trust the WBTV First Alert Weather Team to alert you first, days before severe weather impacts your plans.
Round 1 moving through this morning. We'll see round number 2 bringing severe weather.
WBTV's First Alert Weather Team is on your side with Charlotte's most accurate forecast 9 years in a row.
Copa America 2024 underway now. It all got started with an Argentinian victory, 2-0 over the Canadian national team. Martinez Alvarez with goals in that one. To help us break it all down and preview the matches coming up, he is the Spanish language voice of Charlotte FC, Jaime Moreno. Jaime, a big victory for Argentina, 2-0, but it could have been worse.
Yes, Jorge. Thank you for welcoming me again. Thank you for the invitation. What a day. day one of the American Cup, coming to the United States, and what a party was in the city of Atlanta. I think welcoming the world champion, it was a task for the Canadian team. Yes, she must prepare the team mentally, I think, in a way that they can compete. And we saw a Canadian team that is capable to beat anybody on this Copa America. But the big difference was Leo Messi.
It certainly was. Now, Leo did not have any goals. He did have an assist. He had opportunities to score, but just couldn't find the back of the net. How do you assess his performance in the first game of Copa America?
Great. I think the way the Canadian team was set up on the field was expected by Scaloni. I think the Leo Messi, little by little, start finding those spaces with those traditional diagonal passes, and it's how they won the goal of Crepeau. So it was a great performance by Argentina.
And I'll tell you what, if we're talking about the goaltending for Canada, Crepeau did a great job. He had some fantastic saves.
Yes.
This could have easily been 4-0, 5-0, or even 5-1, because they did have opportunities to score as well.
Absolutely. And I think this is one of the best goalkeepers, and he plays for the local team on the MLS. He plays for the Timbers. And remember, Crepeau is supposed to be the goalkeeper for the World Cup for Canada, but he got hurt. So this is a great opportunity for him to show what capable is to do when he's under the goal of Canada.
So Argentina gets 3 points after that victory in Group A. Let's talk about the other half of Group A, which is Peru and Chile. They played tonight. After looking at how Canada performed in that game against Argentina, Peru and Chile both have to be very careful and make sure they start off on the right foot. What are you expecting between this Peruvian game and this Chilean team?
Well, let's go to the reality of these two teams. New coaches.
Yep.
One of the teams on the bottom of the CONMEBOL qualification for the World Cup, that is Peru, adding just 2 points. But Chile just have 7 points, and he had a new head coach too, on Careca. Now, remember, Careca coached Peru 70 games, so he knows how he can damage the Peruvian national team. But I think this game is gonna be decided on the physical battle between these two teams.
2 notes on the Peruvian national team that I want to get your thoughts on. One, Pedro Galese, the goalkeeper for Peru, and one, Paolo Guerrero, who's 40 years old and on this Peruvian roster. What do they bring to that team?
I think Fosetti is very intelligent in bringing a player like Guerrero. Why is that? Because he had experience, he can talk to the young players, but I think the main thing that this Peruvian team has is his goalkeeper, Pedro Galese, a leader, a great goalkeeper, and the most important thing, the vision that he has on the field to communicate with the defensive players is great.
Lastly, there are a lot of games happening this weekend. What game do you have your eye on that is going to be a great one?
Well, tomorrow, 8 o'clock, Mexico versus Jamaica. I think Jimmy Lozano had an opportunity to add 3 points. Remember, Jorge, these tournaments is so important to win the first game, because when you first win the first game, you have half foot on the next round.
That's right. You're almost opening the door. For me, it's going to be the Americans. The Americans get started on Sunday. They take on Bolivia. A key game in that one. What does Greg Berhalter's squad need to do to be able to gain 3 points?
Be who they are. A dominating team that play with speed, and the most important thing, so intelligent with the ball. So that will be the team for Berhalter to do on Sunday.
Copa America is underway. It all got started with an Argentinian victory, 2-0. We'll continue to break down Copa America throughout the tournament. And don't forget, it comes to Charlotte on July the 10th with one semifinal match, and on July the 13th with the third place game. Getting us set and breaking it all down, he is the voice, the Spanish language voice for Charlotte FC, Jaime Moreno. Jaime, thanks.
Gracias, Jorge. Thank you.
NC Medicaid is healthcare coverage for more North Carolinians. Just go to medicaid.nc.gov and fill out the needed information. Don't wait, you can apply at any time and get covered starting the date of your application.
See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
And don't forget, we'll be breaking down all the action from Copa America every Monday and Friday with the guys from Charlotte FC. Of course, Jaime Moreno, but also Monday, Antonio Ramos will join us to break down this weekend's action. You can catch it right here on The Point After on Mondays and on Fridays live at 1 p.m. and throughout our several shows on WBTV. Again, a great way to open up the tournament for not only the defending champion of Copa America, but of the World Cup, the Albiceleste, the Argentinian national team led by La Pulga, Leo Messi, who had a couple of assists in that victory over Canada. Goals by Martinez and goals by Alvarez gives 3 points for Argentina, but now it is underway. We will have you all ready and set here on WBTV, and of course, don't forget, the semifinal, one of them is coming right here to Charlotte, played at Bank of America Stadium. We will also be breaking down that semifinal on July the 10th, as well as the third place game on July the 13th. That's going to do it for this edition of The Point After, but don't forget you can stream it on your phone, on your tablet, on your TV, and anywhere you watch and gather content. The Point After coming your way Mondays and Fridays, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Apple TV, Fire TV, Roku Stick, and the WBTV News app. See ya!